Hi guys, welcome back to the quarantine. As you can see, I'm not with the regular cast. Now, it is my extreme pleasure to welcome Mr. Ong Ye Kung, our Minister for Education, joining us here today on the quarantine. Can you imagine, like, the level of power and celebrity has increased tremendously?
You are very important, you see.
Yes, no, you are more important for us, sure. All right, Mr. Ong.
Yes, how are you?
Okay, you are here to do and ask me anything, which is super cool because, again, we only found out that you were going to do this yesterday. So, like, it's really, really an honor for us to have you on this show.
Yeah, last night, Brian texted me, so
Yep.
can't say no to him. Huh?
I know Brian can be very convincing.
Yeah.
I've worked with him for so long now, so I do know. But everybody, come on, we need your question. So come on down, leave all your questions in the comment section, whichever platform you're on. We will be filtering out some of the questions to be asked to Mr. Ong. All right, Mr. Ong, just gonna start off with a very simple question. How has your circuit breaker been?
Okay, so far so good. I used to. It used to be quite tough. Every night I'm not at home, and my wife, my kids are always thinking, "Where is Papa? Where's my husband?" Every night I'm out, and now every night I'm home. They are like asking, "Why are you here again?" So I'm getting not so used to it now. I've been at home a lot, almost every evening. Constituency is not taking up my time. I'm observing circuit breaker, minimizing social contacts. So that is probably hardest to get used to. But other than that, I'm working from home as much as I can. I'm talking to people like you whenever I have the chance. So keep myself sane and cooking more at home. Reading more at home. I finished 2 books, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So, when we first found out about you coming onto the show, one of our cast members was like, "Oh my God, he's the one who was talking about the curry puff." Right? Now that curry puff has become infamous. So we do have one question that came in, and it is, what is your favorite curry puff?
Not the one I ate that day.
Okay, yes.
No, that day, because we were announcing the circuit breaker or something.
Yes, correct.
So it was quite a serious announcement. I was all ready. And then while waiting, I saw this box of curry puff that looked really good, you see, but I don't know which brand. So I decided, then it was around dinner time, hungry, so I ate one. After that, the throat didn't feel very right. And then I was tahaning the whole time, because once I go on to camera, I don't want to cough, I don't want to clear my throat because it's camera, I'm facing the camera. But when I start to talk, I realized my voice was raspy from the curry puff. But what to do? I just carry on. I still don't know what brand curry puff that is, but my favorite, my constituency, Block 105.
Okay.
Canberra Street. What is it called? Kelsum Nasi Padang. They used to be at Marsiling.
Okay.
This makcik, she will produce 3 or 4 batches every day.
It's okay.
So that you are free. You come to Block 105, Canberra Street, after circuit breaker.
There you go. That is the most important part. Now you stay at home. Once circuit breaker is over, there we can go and buy.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, good. Okay, let me check with this next question now. Do you have any words of encouragement for students at all levels during this circuit breaker? I think that's a very important question that a lot of people have asked, especially because it is uncertain. And I think a lot of people are questioning, like, how do we get through this a little bit easier?
Yeah, there are a few aspects. And I think students and their parents feel a bit differently. I think by and large, parents are a lot more concerned about safety. Children want to see their friends. Students really want to see their friends. Many really miss their friends, including my own children. So I think first is the losing contact with their friends. So I can only say, tahan a bit. At least nowadays you have Zoom. You can keep in contact with your friends through various digital means. We are trying our best. That June we can open school again. We're really trying our best, and that's the reason why I moved the holiday from June to May. It buys us time, 1 more month, right? So that, imagine we do HBL for the whole of May and then June holiday, it'll be much worse. So that's why I moved it to May while we're having circuit breaker, so that by June, we have a chance that we can open school. But it wouldn't be as before, like cannot be one time big bang. We open gradually. How we do it, I think in time we'll announce. So I hope tahan a bit more. I think you'll see your friends. I'm confident. Nowadays, the cases are quite low. Today, one case, one SCPR case, citizen and PR case, only one. So tahan a bit more. Then there's a second aspect, which is your schoolwork. While you are, now it's holiday, so you don't have home-based learning. But take this time, though. Actually, we seldom have this kind of opportunity, like me now as well. I try not to go out too often, try not to go even into my office too often. And the time I have at home, try to do things you never had time to do. For me, reading can be writing, can be drawing, can be anything. But don't just spend the whole day playing video games. Do something that actually help, and read, surf sites that teach you a lot more things beyond what teacher teach you, beyond what the books tell you. And you generally become smarter just like that, you see.
That's actually
and more knowledgeable.
Yes, that's actually very valuable advice. In fact, for us, when we interview people to come in for a job or for an internship, we always like to see the kinds of extra effort they put into their application and their kind of general knowledge and their learning.
Yeah. And so right now, tuning in are more children or more parents?
I would say a lot more. I think across the board, I would say a mix of them. Of course, with the platform, there's a lot of younger students, especially some of them. They do say that, oh my God, they're doing this after they do their home-based learning or after they do their homework. So some of them are like students, I guess.
Yeah. So I think, as I say, parents, students, they look at this quite differently. Parents are a lot more worrisome. I'm a parent as well, so you're a lot more concerned about safety. So I think the children need also to explain to their parents that safety is also my concern. But for us as young people, we also need to keep in touch with our friends. It's part and parcel of our health. It's also part and parcel of our health. Mental health, our general well-being. To us, our friends is such a big important part. We will be careful. So can you help me assure your parents that you will be careful? The school, MOE, will implement what we can to make school safe, so you can see your friends and see your teachers.
That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, that is probably one of the reasons why we are doing this, is because to get people to stay at home and, at least give them something to look forward to. And we've been interacting with our viewers for the past now 5 days, and a lot of them do come back and they give such positive feedback about, having some people to talk to. And even for us, the cast ourselves, right? We haven't seen each other for a long time. And just us interacting via this digital space, even from the comfort of our home, we found some solace in that. And that was very beautiful. We've had many emotional nights talking about it.
That's why when you all ask me to come on, I cannot say no. I know how much work you are putting into this.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. All right. So I do have a couple more interesting questions. That was like a bit more serious. Let's ask some more interesting questions. I think Seng Jue, one of our colleagues, he asked, why are you so handsome?
Why are you so handsome? Because I look like the Korean guy. Or he looked like me, okay. He got COVID, right? This Korean actor.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think COVID. He had COVID, but he has recovered.
Oh, okay, fantastic. That's good to know. I think one question in relation to that is, since you are at home, do you have like a workout regimen that you keep to while you're at home now?
Yes. I used to exercise maybe 4 or 5 times a week.
Wow.
I have various injuries, so each time is half an hour, 35 minutes. But now it's getting better, so I may exercise up to 45 minutes an hour, and I do it every day, every morning. So I forgot to mention, during circuit breaker, this is one of the things that we should all try to do. Things that we never have time to do, now we have time to do. And one of that is really to exercise. And there are tons of videos you can follow.
Yes, that's what we've been. Well, rather, that's what I've been putting our cast through. I haven't been very good about following them, but I've been trying to get them to do it. But that
But
is very
you know the when we discuss circuit breaker, you cannot.
Mhm.
We don't want to do it like some cities, where you really lock down and you can't come out of your home.
Right,
Once a week, one person represent the whole household, go supermarket and buy food. So we don't want that kind of lockdown.
right,
It's not the Singapore life, right? Makan is so important. Yeah, so we always allow going to supermarket to buy food, going to hawker center to buy food. You can queue by the distance, social distancing. So that basic makan culture we protect.
right.
The other thing we protected is we allow everyone to go out and exercise. No? And if you are very fit, you want to run from Jurong to Changi, you can. No policeman will stop you, and we allow wearing of mask because you shouldn't run like that while wearing a mask. So these are, I think, the basic liberties that we try our best protect them even during circuit breaker. So make use of them now. Go exercise.
Very nice, very nice. Good. All right, I just want to take this quick second to shout out to Grace from YouTube. Has put in a tip of $2. Says thank you for your detailed planning for Singaporean students.
Thank you very much.
Appreciation for you.
We can do that because the teachers work so hard. It's tremendous. This whole thing about HBL, HBL is done through mostly this thing that we call Student Learning Space, which is really a very cool platform. It didn't come out of nowhere. No, we have built it over the last 3 years. We didn't build it for HBL, to be honest. We built it so that teacher can use the Student Learning Space, put out projector, and use the materials to teach in the classroom. That was the purpose of the Student Learning Space, the SLS. But when it comes to HBL, when it comes to circuit breaker, we had no choice. We retool the whole thing and use it for HBL instead. But the teachers, the programmers, they work like mad. They really work like mad. And every day they plan and they plan new lessons, and that's really a lot of work done by the teachers. I really salute them. But I also have to salute the parents and also the students. Parents has been going through a tough time, juggling so many things with their kids in school. One of them tell me they are also the part-time tutor, they're also the parent, they're also the canteen uncle, they're also the security guard, they are everything. And they have to work from home. So everyone's going through quite a difficult time, but I think we pulled together. And I think of all countries that have to close down their school, Singapore did it very differently.
Right. I mean,
thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Okay, now speaking of which, right, we've got a question here from Timothy Tan. Now, Minister Ong, are there any initiatives that will be coming to equip educators with online learning tools? For some, I am sure that is a big shift to be teaching online rather than in the classroom.
I tell you, the secret is, it's not a secret. I talked about this before, but maybe not many people heard it. In Parliament, I explained we have a digital literacy plan, just like a government ministry have a comprehensive plan.
Yes.
So we were saying by 2024, every Sec 1 child will have a device. Could be a laptop, could be an iPad, could be any device, Chromebook.
Right.
And then subsequently, every year of Sec 1 will all have. So by the time 2028 comes, every secondary school student will have a device so that they can do online learning in school, at home, and all that. And in that, why do we need so long? Because we thought from now, 2020 to 2024, we can train all teachers, get all students get used to such a form of learning, get parents to accept, because some parents are very worried. You got device, every day you play game, how? And go to the wrong websites, how? So we also have to put in the right access control. So we thought we need about 3-4 years to get everyone ready. But you know what? Because of COVID, in 1 month, everyone's ready now. So we really should think about, this question is very good, exactly what we are thinking about. How do we make this a big plan that we can transform education using online, offline, home-based, classroom-based? And I think we can do something very special that no country has done before.
Very nice. Fantastic. Okay, we'll take a break from the serious questions now. There are a couple of fun little questions that people have. This one is from Zorki Poo. can ask Minister to explain the artworks behind him. Yeah, I've been looking at them from my room here, and they're quite interesting and unique. So,
I just explained. Go and like my Facebook. I explain all of them, but I will explain to you.
Like a summary lah.
Summary lah. It's only a few. This one, you see my finger, huh?
Yes, can see.
These three are pencil sketches. I did them when I was probably in my 20s.
Wow.
And they're all copied from National Geographic magazine. Yeah.
Nice.
This is calligraphy. This is done by my late father. Those of you whose Chinese very steep, you notice this word is written wrongly. That's because my father wasn't well educated. He dropped out at Sec 2. Yeah, but he likes calligraphy, but he wrote the wrong word. But that's him. This picture of the whale with the planets, I was a big fan of this artist called Christensen, that he paints very beautiful sea life. So I painted this, but this is years ago. It took me many, many weeks. And this is a painting I bought. Yeah. And these are my vinyl records.
Yes.
Freddie Mercury, Rolling Stone, Led Zeppelin. You can see here Heart. Yeah.
Oh.
Heart's first album.
I love Heart.
You love Heart, huh?
I do.
This is the album, the first album, Barracuda.
Fantastic.
What's the name of the album? Something Queen, is it? Never mind. This one, I don't know whether you can tell. Can you tell which album? This is Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. This is my most precious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
the guy who sold to me quite bang, because he sold to me at quite a good price. Yeah, for me. Good price for me.
Some of the people behind the scenes are excited about the records. They say, like, you have good choice in music. Can I borrow your records? Cannot.
I show you this.
Okay. Oh, wow. Exclusive.
This is the one I talk about.
Oh, wow.
Hell Freezes Over. Yeah.
Nice. Amazing.
Okay.
All right. They're all so excited. Someone asked, favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
You know, I used to really like Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's kind of spoiled now. It's a bit funny.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, having said that, I think I really like Infinity War.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like 10 years of movie making, 26 movies or something like that. And they could wrap it up quite nicely. Some more artistic directors didn't think it was a proper movie, but I thought it's a fantastic piece of work. Fantastic. And created a universe, yeah.
I feel like I think everybody online will be like thinking like, wow, you are really cool right now. And I think it's a really nice way to get to know you a little bit more beyond just seeing you in the newspapers, on TV. So I think it's really nice that you're doing this with us.
Well, I'm just watching movies that everyone watches.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, now let me see if there's like a couple more questions here we can ask. Now, Jordan Sia. Minister Ong, what do you do during your free time?
My free time?
Or do you even have a lot of free time?
Nowadays, to be honest, I have more free time because so many events are cancelled. So I try to read. I just read a really depressing book.
Okay.
I'll show you. Hang on, huh?
I love that you're always showing us this. And we love that he's always willing to kind of take out these things and show it to us.
Okay, I just read this one. It's Kazuo Ishiguro, Never Let Me Go. It was made into a movie.
Right.
Andrew Garfield and Keira Knightley. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fantastic.
It's dystopian. You know, I had a deal with my daughter. Is that she will make me read one book that she likes, and I will make her read one book that I like. So she made me read this. I finished it, and she's now going through the one I make her read. Yeah.
That is so cute. That is a really good idea.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, in fact, I think people should do that, and it's a good way to kind of like connect with your parents, have that discussion.
Yeah, but provided you like to read, you can also do movies. Maybe I'll do that with her.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah. All right, at this juncture, I want to say a big shout out for Mr. Ivan Liang. He said, Minister Ong, the teachers have your back.
Thank you very much. I will have theirs too.
Fantastic. There you go. Just want to, there's like over 1,480 people watching us on YouTube, and they are all very, very, very excited that you are doing this. Okay, let me look at another couple more questions. Now, okay. This is an interesting question from Bon Kia Productions. Do the ministers have a chat group whereby they just chit chat?
We have chat groups. I'm not sure we chit chat. Once in a while, we do share jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, some ministers share more jokes than others. Yeah, some never share jokes.
Fair enough.
But we do have different chat groups amongst us.
Yes, can I also just say that this is probably one of our highest view count for the entire 5 days. So a lot of people are tuning in for you.
Well, thank you. Hello, everyone.
Yes, everybody's like, okay. So we've got a couple more questions. I honestly have so many questions. I'm trying to get through all of them. Now, Wei Chi So, what is your favorite food? I think there's a lot of food-related questions. I'll try to get through them. But someone asked, what is your favorite food?
Depends, no? Sunday morning, somehow I just like to eat prata.
Oh, okay.
It's a Sunday morning thing. I don't know why. And then sometimes weekday morning, I just want to eat McDonald's breakfast. And then some Saturday mornings, I just like the Gimmo carrot cake. So the cravings, different times of the day, different days of the week, different times of the day.
Fair enough. Curious, what is your prata order?
Usually one kosong, one telur, and
Nice.
fish curry.
Very nice. Very good classic order. You can't go wrong with that.
What is yours?
Mine usually, last time I used to be one kosong, one egg, but now it's one egg onion. And sometimes, if I'm a little bit more experimental, it's egg and cheese.
So as you get older, you like onions?
I do. Actually, I used to not like onions, but as I got older, I do appreciate onions.
Really? I don't understand people like you. The prata is so nice by itself. But hey, why must you add cheese, add Nutella, add...
Okay, I mean, I'm definitely not a sweet prata kind of person, so definitely not Nutella, but I like a savory one, so like sometimes cheese, yeah.
Okay, I'll try one day.
Okay. Ooh, I got another couple of questions here. Let me check this. Here we go. Now, interesting. SJ, I think SJ's asking, what is your skincare routine?
My skincare routine.
Do you have a skincare routine?
I do, but I don't know what I apply. My wife gave it to me. Because my elbows, as I get older, start to get dry and itchy, and so I asked her, "Hey, darling, how?" So she gave me this bottle of stuff, I don't know what is it. So every night I do apply, and that's all I do.
Yes. Maybe I should recommend you some.
Really? I don't think my skin is good at all.
It's okay. Never too late to start.
Never too late, no? Okay.
Yes. Okay, let me go have a look at some of the questions. All right, we've got a couple of questions with regards to graduation. All right, so Daniel Athinan said, "Hi, I'm from Poly. Anything on graduation for 2020?" I think there's a lot of people who are not sure what's going to happen. So is there something that you can say about it?
Okay, I'll give an honest answer. Of course, now we can't have it, because it's a very big event. Your parents come, your friends come, then thousands of people we can't have when there's the virus around. But then then some students tell me, then why don't we just say we postpone? But postpone also have its problem, no? Because by the time, if you postpone to when? And by then, some have started work, some gone uni already, some gone army, some gone NS, and even if you have a postponed graduation ceremony, a lot of people can't come.
Right.
And also we don't know how will the situation be. We do know COVID-19 will be with us next 1 year, 1.5. It's going to be with us. So I'm also very careful not to promise anything. I know it's very important to many students. I know we can't do it now. I know I have to monitor and see how's the situation, and later part of the year, let's see what can be done.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, got one more here. Now, Kevin Go, will there be a permanent learn from home in the future? Do you think it's something that we will eventually move towards, or we'll kind of do a 50-50, or is there some sort of arrangement for that?
I think what he meant is whether it will be one of the feature of learning. I certainly think so, but we have to study it carefully. Right now, many schools already do 1 day of e-learning day, once per term or once per month, not very frequent. We should consider whether we want to do more of that. But I don't think it should be like HBL. You see the difference? The two have their strengths. Classroom have certain strengths because you got to meet your friends. Yeah. You got to do CCA, you got to do the fun things that you can only do physically. And then when you teach things like character, citizenship, the care of mental wellness and all that, this is what you have to do face to face. You have to see your child, right? But at home, you have your own space. You're not under pressure from your friends. You're not under pressure from your teacher. You can do things at your own pace. You can wander off to learn something else not in the books, and then come back to say, hey, I learned this by myself. So what we call self-directed initiative, self-directed learning. That is the best thing. That's the best thing. So I think there is room for us to really study this and how to combine it. As I say, last time, we are constrained by the fact that not everyone can accept this mode of learning. Not the teachers, not the parents, not some students. Today, overnight, within a month, whole of Singapore, all students, parents, everybody is online already. So I think we really don't waste this crisis, what this crisis has done for us.
Yes. All right. Again, I'm going to do a little quick shout out here. Now, this is Shammer. He or she has said, on behalf of all the MOE kindergarten teachers, thank you for having this circuit breaker because it keeps our preschool children safe at home. That's a very important message, and I think that's very, very beautiful.
And thank you to all preschool teachers as well.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Let me look through for some more questions. Here we go. I have so many questions to go through. Interesting. Bonkia Productions again has asked, what were you doing before you entered politics?
I did quite a few things. Actually, I was a civil servant.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked in Transport Ministry. I was in charge of the ERP and the COE system. Very unpopular at that time. Yeah. Then I went and became a trade negotiator. I spent 4 years of my life negotiating a trade deal between Singapore and US. And one of the things they want us to do is to allow US to export chewing gum to Singapore.
Interesting.
So that was one of the issues we had to settle, amongst many issues. Then I went to a place called Workforce Development Agency in charge of training people, Some of the good things we did was actually the training of chefs. Today, Singapore had many chefs. I think it was really at that time the chef community came together with us and we set up training schools and really trained many chefs. And we got Chef Eric Teo, Chef, many of them that came forward, Christophe Magel, they came forward and really contributed to the community of chefs. So those some of the things we did. Then, of course, I took part in the election 2011. I lost. I went to Aljunied. After that, I went to Keppel. I went to the unions. I worked for NTUC. I worked for Keppel, which is a private company, before I came out again for election in 2015. And second time I won.
Fantastic. The rest is history, as they say.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Good experience.
Yeah, I mean, of course, for sure. Now, we've got a question here from Wee Woo. I think this one is from someone a bit younger. Minister Ong, do you know any trends that are booming right now? If yes, what's the most interesting one?
I don't have a crystal ball, but what I do know for someone much younger, don't worry too much about what's booming. Make sure you do your work to the best of your ability. Make as many friends as you can. It's important for a young person to be curious. And everything you see, why like that? And now everyone got Google in front of you, and you Google, you can find out, you know. And just be curious, asking questions and try to find out, and make learning fun. Don't make learning equal examinations. And once you have that, it bogs you down. Make learning as fun as you can.
Very nice. Okay, well, try to go all through the questions here. Okay, let me go through this one. There's so many. Okay. So a couple of people did ask about mask wearing when we return to when the students have to return to school. They just say question is like from, I think this is a primary 6 student asking, must we wear a mask when school reopens?
We need to wear something to block to cover our mouth and nose. So I think whether it's a mask or a visor or a face shield, I think will be okay. Because imagine, you wear a mask, you wear one, I wear one. When we cough, our droplets don't reach each other. That is as good as standing several more meters apart, you know? Yeah. So I think wearing a mask is equivalent to a larger physical safe distancing. So I think it's a necessary precaution to take.
Very nice, very nice. Now, I think I saw a previous question here. What is your favorite football club? From John L.
Since I was 9 years old, it has been Manchester United.
Very nice. What are your thoughts? Now the EPL is kind of on hold.
To me, no big deal. They have to do that for the players' safety. But as a Man U fan, I've been suffering for 5-6 years already. But you know, I know many of my friends are Liverpool fans. They've been suffering even longer, and they stay faithful to their club. So I should follow their lead. And this year, I feel really bad for them. They're 2 games away from winning a title, and very deservedly. They really had the best team this season. So I hope it can resume and give them their deserved win and championship for the first time in 30 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. We've got Pikachu7768 asks, does he know any TikTok dance? Are you aware of TikTok and the phenomenon that is TikTok now?
I am. I'm terrible. Don't ever ask me to do it.
No, but are you aware of that? Like how that has become quite a trend among the people in the youth nowadays.
My children told me about it, and they show me some. But they asked me to do.
Okay.
And then they tell me don't ever do again.
Oh my god! All right. Even for me, I find it a challenge, and it's part of my job now, and it's always so interesting for me to kind of see it, and it's kind of an evolution in the kind of media sphere, and it's always it's a learning experience even for me at my age, trying to learn all these new social media platforms.
Yeah, you know, it's a Chinese company, TikTok.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
the Chinese company. Recently, we invited the CEO to come to Singapore. He has agreed. So I look forward to seeing him when we can travel. Yeah.
That is exciting. Wow, that's actually very interesting.
No, we want to consult him on what he thinks about education, especially university education, and so I'm sure he has very good views.
Oh, that's so exciting. That's very interesting to hear. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, let me see. Ask any more questions here. I think maybe since we are about close to 10 p.m., maybe I'll just ask a couple more questions, especially for people who are asking for advice. Now, let's start with Carol14. She asked, Minister Ong, would you like to give some words of encouragement for our teachers at all levels during this circuit breaker?
Teacher at all levels?
Yeah, any words of encouragement? So I guess this is probably from a teacher.
You know what was really most touching during this period was when we announced circuit breaker and we moved to full home-based learning.
Yes.
And we really saw the teachers coming together to help each other, because everyone now has to teach through the SLS and through digital medium. And not every teacher is comfortable with it. But what we saw was teachers who are comfortable with it teaching those who are not. And they are they have so many sharing platforms, sharing all their lesson plans, sharing everything they know, and different tools, which because of the different tools, some parents got confused as well, but it's okay. But it's just that camaraderie was fantastic. Maybe it's a bit like you and your colleagues getting together, doing this whole thing together. It is what I think is very similar to what the teachers did, but it's 33,000 of them doing what you guys are doing now these 5 days.
Yes.
But I just saw the whole teachers coming together. So what I want to say to all teachers, you unite, you help each other, you show camaraderie, you can accomplish everything. And because of your work, I think education has changed forever.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Now, we've got a couple more questions. Here we go. Any tips for students to stay motivated and productive at home? Even for me, I feel like sometimes I do find myself slacking off a little bit. So it's always nice to hear if you have any special tips for yourself or for other people to stay productive.
I think it's a difficult time for everyone. And if you're at home, your parents also probably going through a tough time, your friends going through a tough time. So you're not alone. If you ever feel down, lonely or whatever, you're not alone. And never be too hard on yourself. Don't have so high expectations that you're at home yet you want to ace everything, Just give yourself realistic target that motivate yourself to work harder, but don't give yourselves be so hard on yourself that you set targets you can't achieve and then you feel bad about yourself. Yeah, all of us are going through this with some difficulty. We're all in this together. Yeah. And if you take that approach, then lead a balanced life. We as I say, we make sure you can go to the supermarket, you can go to the hawker center, you can go exercise, you can do things you like to do at home, stay in touch with your friends through digital means. Keep that balance, and we can see light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. From June, I don't think it's opening up with a big bang, but certainly, so long as we keep the numbers low as they are now, we can certainly open up. Yeah, and I do look forward to schools reopening.
Very nice. Okay, and we've got one here from Tan Yang Jie. What would you tell your younger self? Ooh, interesting.
Tell my younger self.
Yes.
Don't be such a loner. I was quite a loner. I don't talk to too many people. So talk to more people. I was very shy in front of girls. So I would tell myself, don't be so shy in front of girls. I mean, they are also your friends.
Enough.
But I noticed these days our young kids, they are a lot more comfortable talking to friends of different genders. Yeah, which was nice. I think my time as a kid, the boys and the girls are just totally separated, which was quite unnecessary.
Hey, we've got a question from Brian. Brian asks if you could pick two well-known people as your parents, who would they be?
I wouldn't change my parents.
There you go. Brian, he's already answered that. Wouldn't change his parents. Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Revise the question. He revised the question. To play your parents in a movie of your life, if you could pick two actors to play your parents, who would they be?
To play my parents? Well, it's a tough question, huh? I never thought of that, no?
Yeah, such an interesting... I was surprised. I saw this question.
Maybe Darth Vader as my father.
Okay.
Maybe Black Widow as the mother.
Very nice. Very nice.
It'd be a ridiculous movie. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, we have a couple more questions before we wrap up around 10:10. Now, Zokipu asks if you could have dinner with anyone in all of history, who will it be?
Dinner with anyone?
Yes.
All of history?
Dead or alive? Anybody?
I think I'll still have dinner with my wife. Because if it's anybody else that I don't know them, it's going to be quite awkward, What am I going to talk to them about? With my wife, we don't have to talk and we are totally comfortable with each other.
Fair enough. Okay, here we go. Last couple of questions. I think, see if there's like a couple of funny questions here. Now, oh, Minister, are you a fan of anyone? From Jordan Sia.
A fan of anyone? Or as in
it could be anything in
celebrities and all that.
I mean, it could be any realm in sports or in film or TV.
Well, I talked about the bands I like, the football clubs I like, the movies I like. Maybe for actors, did I say actors or actresses? I like Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay, good choice.
He's really cool. Yeah. The young bands, I really don't like them. I find the music too electronic. I like the older actors like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson. I thought they are really cool. Yeah. So I'm a fan of the older actors, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's one young singer that I don't mind. I do have her albums.
Okay.
As proof. I do not mind Taylor Swift. I do think she is very talented. And
nice.
The songs are very catchy. Yeah. I actually have 3 of her albums, actually.
Do you really?
Yeah, you want to see?
That's amazing, because I'm a big Swiftie myself.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I actually got to go to Paris to see her.
Okay, I got Fearless, 1984, and the latest got Lover. Yeah.
Lover, right? 1989, right?
That's 1989. Sorry, 84 is Van Halen. Yeah.
I love how you know so much about music. I love that. That is amazing. Okay, I think maybe we'll ask one final question. Maybe we'll ask, like, in general, do you have anything to say to the people watching this? Now, we've got tons of different people of different ages. And we are already at the end stretch of the circuit breaker. So think of something, anything you want to say to them.
Well, I mentioned COVID-19. We will probably have a vaccine sometime, but not so soon.
Yep.
Maybe 1 year, 1.5. But in the meantime, we can't be locked down and in circuit breaker all the time. We got to start coming out and lead life. And I think come June, our community cases will be very low. By then, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0 for most days. We will have to take care of the cases in the dorms, make sure the two doesn't get mixed up together. And I think it gives us the opportunity to then start to get out and lead life, but with the right precautions. So important for us that we must do all that, all of us, with some bravery and yet with some care and taking care of each other. Yeah. And we must be able to fight and win our life back, while living with this virus. The cases will go up. But is it therefore a reason for us to therefore all hide at home again? It cannot. We simply have to find a way, manage the cases as low as we can. There will be cases, but we manage as low as we can. But life must go on. Yeah. And I think this period of circuit breaker where we are at home, but yet so many people step up now to do that little bit, to do actually a lot to make our life just a little bit better, such as your team. Such as all the teachers, such as all the parents and whatever they did, such as all the delivery riders and all the people who still get food to our table, and all the websites out there. Last time we used to see a lot more nonsense on the website, but today you see so many more efforts on the websites trying to help us pull through and tide over this period. So I think actually underneath all this, there's a lot of positive energy. That I think we should be thankful for, and it gives us the courage, the ability to see us through COVID-19.
And I think with that said, I don't think there's any way we can end that better. We have about 1,600 people watching us on YouTube itself. It's really the highest we've had the past 5 days. So really, we have to attribute it to you being able to come and speak with us.
My pleasure to do that a little bit for you too.
Thank you so much. Now, we really, really appreciate you coming on, and I think we will not prevent you from going to sleep now. It's already quite late already, right? It's almost bedtime for all of us.
Oh, so you'll go to bed and then you carry on replay what's in the day. Okay.
Yes. Well, we have to go to sleep. If not, we will not be doing this for the next 2 days.
And what time do you start tomorrow?
We start at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
the
it's like
best.
yeah. So it's been fun. It's been a fun ride for us. I think even for all of us, we are always learning new things about each other, about just we are conversing about different things about how to deal with this circuit breaker. And it's always, I think, even for me, I'm not like one of the main. I'm just the host. But talking to the cast has made me learn a little bit more about them, and we've been friends for so long now. And it takes us to kind of connect over this means to even be able to talk to each other again, and it's been a fun experience.
Mm.
Yeah.
All the
All right.
best to all of you.
Thank you very much. Now I want to really thank you so much to Minister Ong Ye Kung for joining us today. I guess all of you are very happy that you guys got to get to know him a little bit better. All right, but for now we are going for a quick break, and we will do a little Q&A with the rest of the cast, and we're gonna do our giveaway for the night at 10:30 p.m. All right, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you when I return.